Okay, so now we're gonna go. Hello, everyone. Now we're gonna go for many support conversations. This is one of the best parts of Fire Emblem in general, and I think Three Houses did something that was like way better than the other Fire Emblems. The fact that you can actually enjoy it rather than waste turns after turns after turns on like in a map, having a unit next to it to the other, and eventually after that finding out what they had to say and all that was just come to think of it, it was just a stupid mechanic if you think about it, you know. But this one is amazing. Like, everything is awesome. You can still get support points in the map, but you can also give gifts, do some activities, some other easier ways, because there are many characters. So let's see Chess and Lidward.
So in the end, it seems we're no closer to unveiling the truth about your powers.
You can say that again. At this rate, the war will be over and done with by the time we make any headway.
That would admittedly be cause for celebration, at least. Your power, like that of a crest, is undoubtedly meant to be wielded as an instrument of war. And as the tides of battle recede, your chances of encountering a life or death situation grows slimmer and slimmer. Therefore, you'll be forced to use your power less and less often. And that's probably for the best.
Why is that such a good thing?
Because we still don't know enough about its effects, both during and after its use. You know, they say even a hero's relic wielded by its corresponding crest bearer will still drain a portion of that person's life. It's reasonable to suspect your power could have a similar impact on both your body and mind.
Hey, you're starting to scare me here. Honestly, I was just planning on going back to being a regular old mercenary after the war ends. Can't really imagine life without a blade in my hand, you know?
I should have guessed. I imagine your expert services will be in high demand even once the conflict is over. In fact, Edelgard herself seemed keen on asking you to settle down in Imbar to support the Empire.
Really? Not that I'm not flattered, of course, but putting down roots isn't really my thing.
No, I suppose not. Though I have to admit, it would put my mind at ease to have you by my side once this is all over.
You want me by your side? Would you care to elaborate on that?
Consider the possibilities. A seemingly unarmed attendant who's able to produce a sword in the blink of an eye. It would be a great crime deterrent, don't you think? You'd prove quite handy on my travels.
I figured that's what you meant. A pure Linhardt answer if I've ever heard one. But how's that any different from a regular bodyguard? Seems like you could just hire one of those and be done with it.
Maybe so, but I don't want to be spending the rest of my life with a random bodyguard, do I?
Hold on. What?
Oh, well, look at the time. It seems I've forgotten an urgent matter I need to attend to. Bye for now.
Wait, Linhardt! Come back!
Damn it, I chose Balthus for my Merc Whistle due to gameplay reasons. I should have... I'll have to play the game again.
Oh, hi.
Bernadetta, listen. I'm sorry about what happened back there.
Oh, it wasn't your fault. I'm the one who should be apologizing.
I didn't realize things could even go that bad. I'm glad we managed to get you in front of the meanest looking guy in my company. But that didn't last long before the nerves got to you. Quickest I've ever seen someone run, let me tell you.
And then I accidentally stepped on that horse's tail, so it started going wild and totally trashed the place. It'll probably take weeks for them to clean that up. Oh, you really did it this time, Bernie.
Kind of a shame. It would have been way cheaper to just buy the herbs from Anna and be done with it. And with how much repairs ended up being, we could have even tossed in that creepy pot. That aside, though, you still want to do something about your shyness, right? I can see why this is a bigger problem than your whole staying indoors thing. Your anxieties can be quite the hurdle to overcome.
You're right. But hey, I haven't been keeping to myself at all lately. Bernie's out in the open.
Either way, now we know how things turn out when we try to force the issue. Looks like we're better off taking an incremental approach.
How's that work?
Well, we can start by having you hide nearby while I talk to someone you're afraid of. Then, I don't know, if the conversation gets interesting, maybe you can come out and join in?
I'm not going to care whether it's interesting or not. It doesn't matter if they're serious or boring or the most fascinating person in the world. All I care about is that they don't scare me.
Yeah, I guess that's gonna be tough to manage on its own, huh?
Well, maybe the incremental approach won't actually be as hard as we think.
Really? How do you figure?
I mean, I did used to think you were pretty terrifying. But with all this stuff we've been doing together, I've actually gotten used to you. And now I'm not really shy around you, am I?
Not exactly flattered to hear that, but... Well, I guess I'll just be glad I don't scare you anymore. Sounds like spending time with someone is the key, which means we'll just have to toss you straight into the deep end and see if you can swim.
No, not the deep end! I hate the deep end!
Sorry. Just messing with you. Anyway, here's hoping you and I can keep getting closer, Bernadetta.
Right.
It's been a while since we sent that letter, but we still haven't received a response.
Yeah, we know the village chief got it, though. And we know he read it. The soldier who delivered it confirmed as much.
But he never wrote back. I wonder why.
Hard to say. Maybe he just doesn't want to get involved, or maybe he doesn't remember us. Part of me almost wonders if my mom didn't make him promise not to tell me anything. Not that I have any proof she'd do that.
I love the soundtrack.
It's too bad, you know? We should probably assume we're never getting a response and just leave it at that. And we don't have any other leads either, so there's not much point holding out hope. I mean, yeah, I want to know more about my mom, but it's not the end of the world if I can't. You had to give up learning about your parents too, right?
I did, but...
No matter what kind of past my mom had, she'll always be my mom. and I'll always be me. I know that she put every bit of herself into raising me, and that's what matters. There's nothing more important than that in my book.
You're right. Whatever your parents did before they had you, and wherever they are now, they'll always be your parents.
Glad you understand. And hey, not knowing the truth lets me make up all sorts of stories about her in my head.
Oh, you mean like imagining she was actually a high-ranking noble, forced into obscurity?
Not a bad idea, but not totally original either. I was thinking more along the lines of a legendary knight, known throughout every inch of Fodlan. Or maybe a mysterious adventurer who came from somewhere far beyond its borders.
That would be incredible if it were true. And it would certainly explain why she was so knowledgeable. Still, I'm sorry I couldn't help you in the end.
It's all good, Ash. Without you, I never would have spent all this time thinking about my mom and who she really was. So even though we came up empty-handed, I'd say the journey itself was entirely worth it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I should probably get going. Just remembered I've got a huge to-do list and not nearly enough time to do it. See ya.
Huh? I could have sworn I saw the commander here a moment ago.
Oh, you just missed them. I can take a message if you want, though.
In that case, please deliver this letter.
That should be everything in its place now.
And high time we took a break, if you ask me. Lugging all those boxes was hard work. Hey, why don't you join me for a meal? Might be nice to head into town for once.
I'm not that hungry just yet, though. Oh, I've got it. If you'd like, we could have a tea party. I have a cache of delicious treats we can eat as well.
Sure, I guess I could go for some tea. Where'd that idea come from, though?
Well, I received some sugar recently as a gift from one of the soldiers I mended back to health. I used it to bake the most wonderful confections. I'd love for you to try them.
Huh, that does sound good. And a little something sweet once in a while never hurt anyone.
Then we're settled. Give me just a moment, I'll get everything ready.
Whoa, these are incredible. I've never had anything quite like them before.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm particularly happy with how those turned out.
It does actually taste kind of familiar, though. Almost like this snack my mom used to make.
Really? You don't say.
Yeah, I was raised in this little village off in the mountains, absolutely surrounded by nature. Sometimes Mom would go out and gather fruit from the trees, then bake things with them.
There's nothing better than a dessert made with fresh fruit. I love them myself. You can knead them into dough and bake them, or preserve them in honey so they can be enjoyed the whole year round.
My mom's stuff was never quite as fancy as the things you make, but they were special in their own way. And even though we didn't have them too often, just one hint of that flavor and it's like I'm a kid again. Guess they were just that good.
It's wonderful you have that memory to look back on. I can tell the time you spent with your mother was very precious to you.
For sure. Though I don't remember it too well anymore.
Can I ask you something? Do you ever wish you could return to the past? To those days with your mother?
It would be great to go back if I could, yeah. We'd have so much more to talk about now that I'm older. But the past is the past. My mom is gone, and there's nothing I can do to change that.
Yes. Yes, I suppose you're right.
Hey, what's wrong? Was it something I said?
Oh, my apologies. I must have been daydreaming for a moment there. Here, try this one next. I made it specially to pair with the tea.
Sure. Thanks.
Hey, how's it going? You been getting enough food?
Definitely. I'm eating way better than I was back in my mercenary days.
You didn't eat so good, huh?
I spent most of my time moving from place to place, so I had to manage on my own. I'd just fling whatever I could get my hands on into a pot. Can't say any of it ever tasted too great.
Wow, I'm surprised you could even live like that. And you never stayed at an inn?
Sometimes, if one happened to be nearby and I had a little extra money lining my pockets. But I never really felt like the food there was any better.
Sounds like you were at all the wrong places then. Nothing fun about a bad meal, I always say. That's why I want my inn to be known far and wide for its delicious food. I was actually hoping to do some cooking out here, too, so I could hone my craft. But I don't think it's going so good. You want to know why?
If I had to guess, it's because you think everything tastes good no matter what.
Hey now, I know the difference between regular old grub and the kind of stuff that gets your mouth watering. See, all the meat and fish we've got in the pantry is preserved. When you're not working with the fresh stuff, nothing you make's gonna have people hollering for more.
You think? But there are dishes from all over the world that use ingredients that are on the verge of going bad.
You sure that isn't because they don't have a choice?
I'm no expert, but I've heard it can make a nice cut of meat even more savory, depending on how you prep it.
Huh. Maybe we can learn some more if we ask someone who's from one of those places.
Not to mention, there are other ways of preserving food, too.
You mean, besides dumping salt on everything?
I'm sure you know about smoking your food, right? Things will keep for even longer if you do that after you cure them.
Yeah, but I heard that makes meat all smoky and gross. Kinda defeats the point if you ask me.
I think it depends on how you do it, and what kind of wood you use. Apparently, it's really good if you do it right.
Wow, you sure know a lot about this stuff.
My mercenary days showed me more about the world than I could have ever imagined. I only really remember bits and pieces, though.
Come on, don't be so modest. I can't wait to get back in the kitchen with these new ideas you gave me. Hey, speaking of ideas, you want to help me think up some recipes with the stuff we've got here?
Well, I'm not so sure me and cooking mix, but yeah, I wouldn't mind giving it a shot.
That's the spirit. I know we'll come up with some feast-worthy food if we just put our heads together.
I don't know if me and cooking mix, dude, like, you literally cook to every single one. Oops. All right.
Aha. Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's at it again. How's the book, Ignatz?
Ah! Could you please not surprise me like that?
Sorry. So, you got more books, huh? They look expensive.
They were tucked away in my family's storeroom. I had my brother send them to me. We're a merchant family. All the books here are technically meant to be for sale. But they've gone unsold for years now, so he sent them, without telling my father.
Your brother sounds like a nice guy. Are you two close?
We weren't when we were younger, but I guess we are now. We do write to each other a lot. And he listens to even my strangest requests. That's why I tend to go to him for everything. Wonder if he feels sorry for me since I became a knight for our family's benefit.
So, you didn't really want to do it then?
Well, no, that's not... I did it because I wanted to help them. Now that I'm a knight for House Gloucester, I've been able to make a lot more connections with the nobility. If I use that to help my family's business, then I'm perfectly happy with where I am.
If you say so. What kind of books did you borrow?
A bunch of travel journals and collections of letters from far-off places. No matter how painful life may be, it all fades away when I read these books and imagine myself traveling.
Wait, did you just say painful? I knew you weren't happy. What you really want to do is travel around and paint all the scenery you like, don't you?
What? How do you know that?
You're not exactly hiding it. You've got books on painting techniques, preparing pigments, and all that kind of stuff right here.
Yes. The truth is, I love painting. I know the world holds all these wondrous sights that I can't even begin to imagine. If only I could see them for myself and capture them on canvas. I used to dream of doing that. But things are different now, you know? I don't regret becoming a knight, and I didn't do it just for my family's sake. I want to do my part to shape Fogland's future. It's my responsibility as much as anyone else's. That conviction has only grown with every battle. Ah, that must have sounded so arrogant. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassing myself.
All right. If you're gonna make it that clear you don't regret your choice, then I'll stop pestering you. But this war is gonna end one day. Why not keep your dreams alive for when it does?
Maybe I will.
May I speak with you a moment?
Oh, yeah. I was just about to take a break. You need something?
Our relationship has been strained for a while, so I thought it was time to resolve our issues.
It has?
Yes, at least I felt that way ever since the incident.
Oh, you mean that time you were hollering about some ghost, but it turned out to be a dead tree? I didn't think anything about that, and I didn't tell anyone either.
No, not that. Well, yes, there was that, but there was another, more defining incident. Remember?
Are you talking about the time I treated you like a kid and you got all mad?
Yes, of course that's what I'm talking about.
That happened a long time ago. Has it really been eating at you ever since?
Well, I mean, I was unable to maintain my composure and got rather aggressive with you over trivial details.
Oh my god, those nobles, they
I
deserve
kept
some
telling myself
slapping
that
in
I
the
had to
face.
apologize, but I could never bring myself to do it. But now, I'm sorry.
Well, I'd like to apologize too. I should have been more careful with what I said. Why does being called a kid upset you so much? If you don't think of yourself that way, then any comments of the kind should be like water off a duck's back.
Jinx wants
Look, I'm a tiny bit younger than everyone else, and it doesn't help that I'm shorter too. Plus, I do have somewhat of a baby face.
Really? You don't look that young to me.
You don't think so?
Yeah. Now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. And you act real mature too.
Oh no, I'm not really.
But most importantly, your skill at commanding troops puts all the real adults to shame.
Hold on. Real adults? So what you're saying is that I'm ultimately still just a child?
Ah, crud. I misspoke. What I meant was...
There you go, making excuses again. Now I know exactly what you think of me.
This conversation's going sideways again, isn't it?
It would seem so. Though, I suppose forgiving you would be the mature thing to do.
Hey, there you go. See? You are a real grown-up, Lysithia.
Something about this still rubs me the wrong way, but... Oh, fine. I just ask that you keep treating me like the adult I am.
I wish I had the option of asking about more, what is it, like embarrassing situations, such as like, oh, ghost tree? Oh, and what about that time that you peed yourself? And what about that time that you made a fool of yourself? And what about that time? And then after that, like, she said, oh, the way you treated me like a kid. They're making it funnier. Oh, let's see.
Constance, is that you? I don't think I've ever seen you train during the day.
Good day to you, though I fear my presence is as a storm cloud in an otherwise clear sky. My sincerest apologies for subjecting you to this wretched sight. I shall vacate the premises at once to spare you any further distress.
No, wait, don't go. Since you're here, why don't we train together? You're here because you're trying to achieve your dream, right?
Though it pains me to deny such kind words, of which I am truly unworthy. I am afraid my dream will likely never come to pass. This pathetic excuse for athleticism you see before you is nothing but a futile attempt to strengthen my frail body and stave off death. How could I possibly ask an exemplary warrior such as yourself to squander your time with one such as I?
Training so you don't die is as good a reason as any. I'd say that's why I'm doing it too. See? Our goals are the same, so there's no reason not to work together.
Well, since you have given it much more consideration than I deserve...
Phew, what a workout. I'm beat.
To think my other side would be able to keep up with such rigorous training.
You okay, Constance?
Never better. In fact, I am just getting started. Are you leaving so soon?
All right, let's go again. But it's strange how you're suddenly so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I surprise even myself sometimes. Making my dreams a reality takes effort, you know. I cannot allow something so trifling as exhaustion to stand in my way. Who knows how long things would take if I did? Therefore, I shall spare no opportunity to train today. And tomorrow, all of Fodlan will behold my military prowess!
That's all well and good, but then why didn't you want to train before?
I told you there were extenuating circumstances. Had I known you would respond in such a manner, I would have asked for your assistance much earlier. Oh, I just had a brilliant idea!
I've got a bad feeling about this.
We can train together and conduct magical experiments at the same time! You see, I've invented this particular spell that imbues the palms with a suction power that makes dropping one's weapon a hindrance of the past.
Let's see.
Sure, why not? I'll try anything once. Go for it.
Splendid! Let us begin, shall we?
One side has an overabundance of confidence, while the other clearly has some deep-seated issues. Maybe the two balance each other out.
What are you blathering on about? Let us be on with it!
I think the reason why I love Constance is that, well, the reasons. First reason, I think only the late Billy Connors was like having maybe just as much fun as her voice actress, but I think like her voice actress really has so much fun voicing Constance. It made all her lines way funnier than they were supposed to be. And the second one, I think Constance is a Gemini, just as I. So yeah, she's my girl. She's my girl.
Hey, Happy. You got a minute?
I have several. Need something?
So, I heard a little about your past, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind telling me more about it.
I see. So now you know, huh? Not the most pleasant story. What did you want to know?
I was thinking about how you asked all those questions about my mom. And I realized you were probably worried I went through the same thing as you.
Yeah, that about sums it up. You do have those mysterious powers after all. When I was little, some strange lady kidnapped me. I became a test subject for her twisted experiments. That's how I ended up with my condition, or whatever you want to call it. Not that it's life-threatening.
Safe to say my mom never did anything like that. I'm pretty sure I'd remember it if she did. She didn't really talk much, but I don't think she had a deceitful bone in her body. Her life was kinda just what you'd expect out in a village like that. She did keep to herself, though. Thinking about it more, it's possible she was on the run from someone.
That does sound a little worrying. But in any event, I'm glad you didn't go through what I did. And unlike me, it seems you've got a pretty good handle on your powers.
Nah, I don't really have full control of them yet. You never know when something might go wrong. One day that sword might overtake me, and I'll turn into a monster. Like something out of a fairy tale.
If that ever happens, I'll just sigh, and you'll come running. Then me and all your old friends would put you out of your misery. Now that's a real fairy tale ending.
Well, that won't give me nightmares at all. But if it ever came to it, I think that's how I'd like to go. Mercenaries need to use every weapon and tactic at their disposal. Maybe flinging these powers around isn't such a good idea, but right now I need to do whatever I can to stay alive. Though, honestly, I should probably take a page out of your book and only use them as a last resort. I think that's what makes you pretty incredible, Happy. You've got this power right there, but choose not to use it.
I think that means I just gave up. You're way more amazing because you're still trying. No doubt about it.
Okay, sure. We can say I'm more amazing. As long as you recognize you're right there with me.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Anyway, was that all? 'Cause I feel like I need to move.
Yeah, thanks for talking with me. You going to train?
Yep. Figure it couldn't hurt to put in a little effort. You should come too if you're free. I hope to see you there.
Come to think of it, experiments, huh? What did that dream even mean?
Very intriguing.
Ah, what a lovely breeze. Truly, there is nothing so liberating as the great outdoors.
Your Majesty, Hubert is looking for you. My apologies. I didn't realize you were resting.
I only stepped out for a bit of fresh air. I'll be ready to return shortly.
Oh no! Please don't rush back on my account. I am more than happy to keep Hubert occupied in the meantime. Please, Your Majesty, enjoy yourself. I'll simply tell him I failed to find you. Ah, and are you cold? I can bring you a coat and some hot tea.
I appreciate the concern, Monica, but I'm quite all right. But while you're here, there is something I must tell you.
Why are you staring at me, Your Majesty? Is there something on my face?
I was only going to say how fortunate we are to have you with us. Those who slither in the dark had you in their clutches. In another world, we might have lost you to them forever.
Well, yeah.
Yes. It seemed they were only keeping me alive so they could use me for some kind of dark ritual. And I can only assume that would not have ended with me alive and well. You saved my life. I wish I could express what an honor it was to be personally rescued by the woman I've dedicated my entire life to.
That's kind of you to say, but I only did it because I needed the military leverage.
That doesn't matter. I'm serious when I say that the day you rescued me was the day I stopped simply idolizing you and decided you were the one for me.
The one for you?
Let's be honest.
Yes. You risked your life to protect a lowly noble like me.
You need to understand the situation, Monica. I was fully prepared to sacrifice you if doing so would bring me even one step closer to achieving my goals. I had no intention of rescuing you until right before the opportunity presented itself.
Oh, but, why not?
I was under the impression that those who slither in the dark needed you quite badly. And as I required their strength to wage my war, I was prepared to look the other way. When we laid out our plans, your death was something we took as a given.
All the same, you still chose to save me in the end. I don't care how you got to that decision, only that you did. You could have offered me up as a bargaining chip, but you chose not to. Instead, you closed that door just so I could be standing here today.
Monica, I
only get one life, and I can't tell you how lucky I am to share it with you. It is my destiny to walk beside you, and that makes me happier than you could ever know.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
Monica is that creepy girl that says I love you on Grindr.
Alright, now just... Huh. What's with the weird design on this piece here?
That is no design, Caspar, but a fracture. And a perfectly straight one at that, which makes it rather hard to discern. Repairing it will likely not prove worth the bother. Best relegate the piece to life as training equipment.
Wow, you really know your stuff, Ferdinand. I'm clueless when it comes to this kind of thing. Sometimes I think you know everything.
Oh, I am not quite so impressive as that. But you seem troubled by something, Caspar. What is it? No, forgive my presumption. Perhaps I was merely imagining it.
See? You do know everything. Something is kind of bothering me. I was talking to someone the other day about how I want to distinguish myself in battle, and they said that meant I wanted the war to go on forever. Of course, I told them they were nuts. Then I actually started thinking about it. About what I'll be doing when the war ends, I mean. About what I'll even be.
I do not think you have cause to worry. We may not know what the future holds, but you are delivering great results as a leader. Surely you will be held in esteem for such.
Sure, but doesn't that just mean my life is about nothing but fighting? I'm not a guy like you who's good at pretty much everything, so... Listen to me. I can't remember the last time I got in my own head like this.
Nonsense. We all have our worries. Why, even I have one or two of my own.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well... your earlier appraisal of my boundless talent, for one.
Huh? But that's true. Also, why would you need to worry about being good at everything?
Oh, there is no doubt I can handle most things without much difficulty. And there are few things I have strong preferences about. Stimulants such as coffee aside.
Right. Which means...
But to me, that fact is nothing more than the flip side of having no prominent talents. I am a purveyor of all trades, but an expert in none. A man such as yourself, who possesses rare ability in a single field, is positively dazzling.
What? Okay, you are seriously overthinking this entire thing, Ferdinand. Don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled you have a high opinion of me, but any comparison of us is always gonna end with my being humiliated.
Do you truly think so?
Look, I'm bad at the sciences, hopeless with strategy, and a complete oaf when it comes to coordinating anything besides tying my own shoes. But you can help me with all that stuff. And not just me, you can help everyone shore up their weak points. Sheesh. Alright, that's enough worry for one day. Time to go run until I puke. Yeah!
Caspar, wait! And he has gone. Still, I suppose the man makes an intriguing point. My lack of weaknesses does give me a unique ability to offer aid to everyone.
Oh yes.
Ah, Constance. I have something I'd like to ask you.
I can't imagine how a dullard like myself would be anything but a bother to one such as you. However, I'm happy to answer anything you need.
Ah, perfect timing, Constance. I'd like to conduct a little experiment regarding the crest of Noah.
If my useless body can somehow help, it is yours.
Linhard von Hevering, where are you?
Something wrong, Constance? You seem quite upset.
For crying out loud, there you are.
I demand to know why you are always coming to my other side and engaging in all manner of questions and experiments. My secrets are being revealed one after another.
Well, naturally, I prefer to deal with someone who's forthcoming with her answers.
I am always forthcoming.
Actually, I'm finding you a bit troublesome.
Troublesome? What about me is troublesome? Explain yourself at once, you feckless cat of a man.
It's, well, you know.
No, I don't know. I'm answering whatever questions you throw at me, and that is the kind of mealy-mouthed, perfunctory response you deem fit to toss in my direction?
I suppose that's a fair point. But do you really want me to dig into detail on the bothersome parts of your personality?
Well, when you put it that way, it does sound like a discussion that would make me wroth.
Which is why I think the world is better off with my mealy-mouthed response, as you so aptly put it.
In that case, I shall let sleeping hounds lie.
Good. And with that, farewell.
Hold, cretin! My agreeing to drop that particular matter does not also apply to your digging about in my personal affairs via my other mood. We must discuss terms of exchange.
Terms of exchange?
Is it not obvious? My other side is cooperating with your research, so you shall cooperate with mine. There's always demand for new magical experimentation subjects, after all.
And what sort of magic do you mean exactly?
Magic that makes one's eyes emit a dazzling golden light.
For the briefest of moments, I thought this might actually be interesting. Yes, well, all this talking has exhausted me, so perhaps we can take the matter up at a later date?
Oh, I don't mind, but make sure you talk to me as I am now. Understand?
I should know more about those crests. Ah, what a wasted opportunity. All right.
Which battlefield are you headed to?
Do I want to know what you two are talking about?
Is it not obvious? We are debating who might be behind the recent disturbance in the peace.
The slithery people, right?
Correct. Absurdly phrased, but correct. We may have ousted Lord Arundel and the others from power in Enbar, but we knew it was not the end of their vile schemes. Which is why we have been preparing for the day they bared their fangs once more.
Granted, we lack solid proof they are behind this. But it is the most likely explanation considering the scale of the revolts, as well as where and when they all occurred.
I'll keep that in mind on the battlefield. Oh, and for the record, I like this part where you all trust me enough to tell me what's going on.
A strategy I strongly oppose. But Her Majesty insisted we keep you in the loop.
Must you always antagonize Hubert?
I merely state fact. Though I will admit you saved the Emperor's life once. Still, I would not be shocked in the slightest if you suddenly changed your colors and tried to kill her. Yet sharing such knowledge with you achieves a dual purpose. It helps prevent those who slither in the dark from using you, and it gives ample justification to dispose of you, should you betray us.
You still don't trust me after all this time? What exactly is it gonna take?
You may not have Hubert's trust, but you have mine. I'll be counting on you as always in the battles to come. If those who slither in the dark appear, we must strike them down.
Oh, so makes sense. Makes lots of sense. Very interesting. Before I go on,
Make sure you're ready.
let me just see something.
Time to work you into shape.
So, do I smile now, or what?
With proper training, you'll be unstoppable.
Which battlefield are you headed to?
I'm gonna do this one.
Well then, Edelgard, what is this new information regarding those who slither in the dark? And can I assume it is somehow related to her inexplicable presence at this meeting?
Hey, Liz. How's it going?
Indeed, Lysithea. For you see, she is the same as us. Yet another poor soul whose fate has been bent to their nefarious will.
It can't be. Then the rumors about Happy are true? Her powers came from their experiments?
Yup. What, you didn't believe it?
I did not, in fact. Rather, I assumed it was a lie you told to keep others away, or else slander spread by a rival.
A bit overboard for slander, don't you think? But still, I'm actually glad you didn't believe it.
I presume we're ready to move on to the main topic. That is, if you're following all of this.
Oh, I know all about Happy's situation.
Good. That makes things easier. Now then, Happy's captor was a woman named Cornelia, the kingdom's former court mage. Apparently, she is also one of those who slither in the dark. When the kingdom learned she was planning an insurrection, they rallied an army and defeated her.
I didn't know that.
But is she truly dead? A cunning woman like her might have secured a body double and escaped.
We've no way to confirm for ourselves, and can only trust the kingdom was thorough in this regard.
Anyway, we think we found one of her old hideouts. Seems like it might be worth checking out.
Based on what we've been able to extrapolate from Happy's testimony, this base is somewhere in the western portion of the kingdom. With the war's front having moved further north, we're currently well positioned to investigate.
Oh, so that's why it took you so long to look into this. You had to wait for the war's tide to shift and grant you an opportunity.
And what? I'm just extra muscle in case any baddies show up? Or does this have something to do with my power?
For now, you are merely serving as additional steel. However, it's possible we might find a connection between Happy's power and your own. And though it might end up being nothing, I'd very much appreciate it if you came along.
Sure thing. I mean, it's my job to protect you anyway. Well, my and Hubert's job. Say, where is Hubert anyway? He usually jumps at the chance to be involved in this kind of thing.
Hubert has a good deal on his plate already. Now let's be off. With any luck, this won't take long. I pray we might finally dispel the darkness that haunts us all. This is the location we deduced from Happy's statements. Hopefully we find something.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
I think our suspicions were correct. All signs point to their having been here.
Intruders! Away with you!
I don't want to die yet.
You can count on me. I'll do my best.
Here goes. Yeah, I got it.
Here I go. No mistakes.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Yeah, I've been here before. No doubt.
Here I go. Know that they must look. Get lost!
Good enough. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Keep our guard up. No telling when somebody's gonna jump out at us.
Where was anything? I can't remember. That's nice, I guess.
You can count, I've got you covered.
Here goes. Yeah, I got it.
Here I go. No, they must learn who they're up against.
Not a problem. I've got...
I'm bringing it down. We've been cut off. I'm afraid you'll have to find a way to open things up. They're trapped. We must help them quickly.
This is the worst. A sigh would probably we bring this whole
closely.
place down.
Watch this.
Best not to risk it.
Take a breather.
Hey, I remember this room. I wonder if there's anything here now. They did a lot of... Here goes. Yeah, I got it.
You can count on me. I'll do my best.
Painful stuff to me here. Trying to amplify my crest, change it, that sort of thing.
You're surprisingly calm about all this.
Yeah.
Here goes. Let's fight together.
Watch closely. Nothing of note here. I will show you no mercy.
Looks like it's time to defend.
Not a problem. Move out.
I will show you no mercy. And that's what you get. I'm not there yet. You can count on me. I'll take over.
I can't afford such
My turn? I've got this.
My turn?
Cornelius his research seems to have had different aims than the experiments I was subjected to.
Which means... Hey, it likely differs from my own experience as well. For the sake of your future, Lysithea, I hope we find some connection. But I fear it does not look promising.
There are still rooms we haven't searched yet. Let's investigate those.
Guess this might help.
Here I go. I'll provide some protection.
I've got you covered.
Not a problem. I've got this. This stronghold will fall!
They're trapped. We must help them quickly.
Asai would probably bring this whole place down. Best not to risk it.
It's my turn.
Is this a weapon? It looks like their technology, at least.
Aside from the weird shape, it doesn't seem anything like my sword.
I hate that I'm getting used to this.
Nice one.
That was close.
Watch this!
Take a breather.
Yeah, all right. That's nice, I guess. Don't say I didn't warn you. Here goes. Yeah, I got it.
Here I go. No mistakes. They must learn who they're up against.
You can count on me. I'll do my best. Watch closely.
I'll take over.
My turn.
turn?
It's my turn. I will show you no mercy. That's what you get.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Watch this! Seems like nothing. Let's press on.
We've given this area a thorough look. Is there anything else?
Hey, was I the only one who heard that? It came from over there.
Take a breather.
My turn?
This is the worst.
I've got this. Take a breather. Out of the way! Defensive positions!
Yeah, all right. Hey.
This is the worst.
I'm all right.
Looks like it's time to defend. Is this a dungeon? I've never been in here.
This air feels just like the area beneath the palace. How many have met their ends here?
Be it alliance, empire, or kingdom, their evil has left its mark everywhere.
What triggered the door mechanism? Could my brethren have fallen?
It's my turn.
I'll take over. I will end you. You've already lost. I will end you.
I sense a darkness in you. We are connected. Why do you attack me?
What connection? All your kind have done is cause me pain.
I don't know why you came here, but I won't soon forget this.
How could he not know? Let's collect what we've found and leave this place. Hubert should be able to tell us more.
Oh no, but yeah, damage taken was awesome.
This isn't my finest moment.
Don't think this means you can make me do more. That's nice, I guess. This should come in handy. for sure we'd find better info in this place. And also that I'd be way more freaked out. Although, it seems like it was a different experience for you and Liz. Eh, Eddie?
I can't claim to be as disaffected as you, but I'm fine.
No need to put on a brave face, Edelgard. I feel terrible, and I'm certain you do as well. It's just that nothing ever bothers Happy.
In that case, I feel as if I've just gone digging through an entire crate of old nightmares. And yes, this base seems mostly abandoned now. But who knows how many found themselves chained to operating tables while Cornelia was still alive?
That kind of thing happened to all of you, right? Well, I'm glad you made it out the other side, and that we got to fight together like this.
Imagine if Cornelia is actually Shez's mother.
We were lucky, that was all.
Sometimes I wonder if we were the lucky ones.
Anyway, why don't we get out of here before more jerks decide to crash the party?
Good idea. Nothing like a nice bed and a warm meal to lift your spirits after something like this.
A meal with something sweet, I hope.
Because they wouldn't kill her off camera.
Wasn't necessarily
I don't
planning
think
on
so,
that,
at
but
least.
sure, why not?
Tea time it is then, for all four of us. Let's hurry back. I mean, if that's all right with the two of you.
Of course.
I'm actually growing fond of our weird little band. Still, you sure you're okay with me crashing your tea party with Eddie? Seems like you guys do that a lot.
Actually, I believe Monica is the one who has tea with Edelgard most frequently.
No, it's definitely you, Lysithea. And then Ferdinand.
Don't forget about yourself. I've seen the two of you hoisting cups on more than one occasion.
I had no idea everyone was so interested in my habits. You make it sound like all I do is drink tea.
Oh no, if anything, you don't drink enough. You're always working yourself too hard.
But you could stand to work more, Happy. And while we're on the subject of change, let's talk about Lysithea and her sweets addiction.
I beg your pardon? Why, I barely have any interest in sweet things at all.
And it's hardly fair to compare my work ethic with, you know, an emperor.
I said what I said, and I stand by it.
How rude! As punishment, I demand you give me your daily dessert ration from now on.
Don't make me sigh at you, pal.
Oh dear, you were all so very odd. But I'm still delighted to count you all as allies.
Well, at least someone's enjoying herself.
This was a very... Cornelia might be Shez's mom. It'd be funny if she was. Wow, I'm taller than Shez. Wish I was as fit as he is.
Welcome. Come back soon.
Hey there. Need something? Is this it?
Which battlefield are you headed to?
Like City Asher Wolves.
What'd you bring the 5 of us together for, Yuri? We beating someone up? Because I'm always ready for that kind of thing.
It is always the same with you, Balthus. How can you possibly be so uncouth in my presence? Not to mention our dear frail Happy here. Stop thinking with your fists and use your brain.
Who you calling frail, Coco?
It was a figure of speech, dear Happy. Nothing more.
We've been topside for a while, and you guys haven't changed a bit. You really think I'd call you all here just to lay a beating into someone? We're too busy for that. I've got a favor to ask of you all. Oh, and you as well, if that's all right.
If this is the crew you've gathered, it must be important. Count me in.
That was almost suspiciously easy. But I'm not going to look this gift horse in the mouth. Let me fill you in on the details in that case. Some old friends of ours, rogues from Abyss, are in trouble. They've been caught up in some kind of struggle, and now bandits are after them. Considering the circles they run in, we're the only people willing to help them. Which means it's on us.
Got it. Definitely still in.
You should know better than to take Yuri at face value. No doubt much of what he said is true, but I am certain there is another angle to it as well. One which benefits himself.
I take care of my own. That's all.
I think the point is that there are folks from Abyss who need help, right? So let's quit bickering and go help already.
Good point. This is no time for anyone to be arguing with the shady lady here.
How dare you! I am not the one who is constantly scheming at one thing or the other.
Yuri Bird? Coco?
Hey, save some of that fire for the fighting.
Yeah, you can air all your grievances at the bad guys.
Exactly. You're actually smart sometimes, friend.
So you usually think the things I say are dumb? Hey, wait. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, but you're funny, so it all evens out.
That doesn't help.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, Yuri, it's time for the thing. You know, the thing to get us fired up before we roll out. He used to do it in Abyss all the time.
Our house doesn't exist anymore. But if it means we can finally get going, very well. Let's do this, wolves. Oh, and you too, Mark. Seems like our friends fled.
Pardon my ineptitude. I suppose I'm more useful than a scarecrow.
Into the mountains. To get there, we'll need to take these
alright.
strongholds.
You wanna...
No! Enemies! I gotta get out of here!
We're here, and we won't let any of you die!
Help, please! They attacked out of nowhere. Said one of us had a bounty on their head and told us to turn them over.
This is the worst.
I'll cut you!
They were probably talking about me. Well, that's awkward.
There were plenty of folks with bounties on their heads in Abyss. But no one can begin to match the rich price on yours.
You're the one who summons monsters.
That's nice, I guess.
Happy or whatever? Well, time to open up.
You got the wrong person. I don't have any idea how to summon monsters. I swear.
Thank you. And I'm sorry to ask, but can you please rescue the folks in the mountain too?
The fantastic king of grappling
Hey,
is on the case.
wait, they think that person is... me? Well, I don't want that on my conscience. Guess I'd better...
That time already.
Wait, why is there a monster over there? Must have had the wrong person. Come on!
Pardon my ineptitude. I shall exert what meager ability I possess.
Time to wreck
I'm
stuff.
guessing they'll follow the path to the monsters now, yeah?
It's over!
It seems news of your beauty has not spread as fast as that of your abilities. If you are being confused with a random man.
Fine by me. Still, do you think that mage was working for the lady who kidnapped me?
It's coming! It's over! That's life. Just in case.
Easy there. You're all right.
Hey, you'll be real proud of me. I didn't show you out or nothing.
Unfortunate person.
Just leave it to me.
It would seem their leader has made himself known.
My turn?
You're rather famous, aren't you? Let's imagine you'd fetch a tidy sum.
You! Capture me? Not likely. What are you staring at? Bow before me!
I must say, I didn't expect anyone would come to the aid of these rogues.
Forgive my inept technique. I don't want to die yet.
No mercy. Normally I like surprises, but I am finding this one to be most unwelcome.
Is it over yet?
Give me...
Help me!
The enemy is some distance away. I will try to use my sorry excuse for magic to attack.
What was that? Magic?
What is she even aiming at?
Oh dear. It seems my other side has been doing some experimenting, and my magic got a bit out of hand as a result.
So, does that mean you can stop it now? Because we're getting burned alive over here.
Go and cover.
Jeez, but I fear my meager intellect is not up to the task.
Hey, this is your magic. You were always causing problems like this in Abyss, too.
Yes, and I can only apologize most profusely. Though, if it helps, I will gladly forfeit my life.
It won't. Just hurry up and do something about it already.
I'm afraid the magic my other side developed is experimental. And sadly, most experiments end up as dismal failures.
This is the worst.
Didn't think I'd have to be more worried about friendly fire than the actual enemy.
It seems the goddess has not forsaken us quite yet, for I was able to put a stop to it.
Oh look, here comes the big boss. Better get this over with.
This is the worst. This is the worst.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to die yet.
I'm all right. I won't lose.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
I won't lose.
I don't want to die yet. Come on! That's nice, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Can't say I didn't warn you.
Nice work. Dinner's on me.
Unfortunate to us both.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Forgive my inept.
Yeah, yeah.
Time to wreck stuff.
Got you.
Yeah, right. Give it up.
What are you staring at? Bow before me.
I'm not
Easy
finished.
now.
give me just some slapdash bandits. You have another thing coming. A berry.
I understand this is how such folks make their living, and I have certainly been there. But these rogues are our rogues, and we are going to protect them.
Yeah, hands off our rogues.
Yeah, hands up our... Hey, wait a second. When did this lot become our rogues?
You're done!
My turn?
Time to wreck stuff.
This is war, isn't it?
My turn?
We can always count on you, Bird.
This pathetic bunch is actually giving me trouble.
This is the worst.
Someone always gets in my way.
Oh.
Looks like it's over. You folks go on ahead. I want to talk to these rogues. That'll do. For now.
Don't think this means you can make me do more. That's nice, I guess. This better not be one of those weird powers.
Now that's how it's done.
Thanks for the help. Things would have been pretty hairy with just the four of us. I mean, we've got this guy pulling bounty hunters in from across the continent.
Hey!
And this gal summoning monsters.
Not my fault. Also, totally necessary.
And finally, the Grand Sorceress who rained pain down on friend and foe alike.
Even your condemnation is far too kind. I was of no help whatsoever.
Yuri's right. This is one battle I hope they scrubbed from the history books.
Hey, it all worked out in the end, so buck up.
It was nice to blow off some steam at any rate.
And I'm certain my other self was pleased to do more field tests with the new spell. Though at the expense of my complete and utter mortification.
Well, I've still got my complaints, but I suppose I gained something from this too.
Oh yeah? What's that?
I went ahead and hired the folks we saved. I made it look like I was doing them a favor, and those in debt never seem to ask questions of their saviors. I'd been feeling a bit short-handed anyway, so it all worked out.
You're always looking for an angle, Yuri. That's the one thing about you that never changes.
What do you mean, the one thing? What are you trying to say? What else changed?
You know, Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, so now I haven't changed? Do you even know what you're saying? Or are words just falling out of your mouth faster than your brain can make them?
Pretty much, yeah. Clearly B hasn't changed either.
Well, I have certainly changed. Alas, I have lost all of my hopes and dreams.
Are you kidding? That is 100% you.
You four really are old friends.
We're quite the quartet, all right. But hey, why don't you make it a quintet?
Plus, I could use some help babysitting this lot. They call us the Abyssal Four, but now that we're 5, we'll have to change that name.
Psst. Constance, did anyone ever call us that?
It's hard to say. Sadly, my feeble memory has all but wasted away.
We were probably called that. I mean, it's not like Yuribird to just make things up.
Hey, what's with you guys? Do you want to be a part of this group or not? And here I was thinking we'd all go out and celebrate our victory. I guess it's just gonna be the 2 of us, friend.
Sure, I guess.
No fair. It should at least be the 3 of us.
Hey, if you're paying, you know I'm in. Also, you're right. I think we were called the Abyssal Four at some point.
Wherever you lead, dear Yuri, I shall follow, for I have no desires of my own. I will happily feast upon whatever meager morsels you see fit to scatter before me.
Enough yapping. Let's get out of here already.
Oh, Arrow of Indra. Great weapon for Lawrence. Interesting. Very interesting. But, anyways, I think this is it for today. We've actually done a lot, but we gotta prepare for tomorrow. So, see you all next time. Bye.